Hey, everybody, this is Peter Palmiotti of Human Art Studio, and uh, figured I'd do a show and tell of some of the stuff I've been up to lately. It's been a little while, a couple weeks, I guess, and I forget what number making comics and art this is, but hope all of you are well. I think for the short time, I'm going to do this format instead of streaming, where I'll just film myself. Today, I'm just showing off artwork and various comics I'm working on, but I'll, um, yeah, do more. Um, do as many videos a week as I can, and we'll see how it all works out. But today, this morning, um, I've posted a lot of stuff on my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, as I usually do. Um, but I'll give you a little more backstory. Um, so let's start with this one. This is Global Frequencies Mavericks. And if I remember, I'll throw some links down for those that have links. Um, but this was an incredible piece by Ricardo Silva, who is the artist of Phil Russett's Tragedy, among other things. He's worked on She, he's worked on other stuff, but he's an incredible penciler, and if you can tell, it's a little mooted. But you'll notice like it's red here. I'll do this. Let's see. Okay, so here you can clearly see here. Um, Instead of using blue line, I'm using red line to print out the pencils for me to then go over and ink. The reason for that is my printer scanner somehow it's not accepting the blue ink, but red ink is working, and you can drop out the red just like you could drop out the blue. So I figured just push on with what I can do. Um, and so this is one of the covers. This is cover E, currently on their Kickstarter. They got both Indiegogo and Kickstarter going for Mavericks. Indiegogo is wrapping up. Kickstarter only started Friday. Today's Monday, so uh, days ago. But they already passed their goal. And you can grab this cover and my cover. Um, and yeah, this was a little bit challenging to work on. Ricardo is super tight, and I still wanted to include some of my flair. It's a lot more subtle than I would do on somebody not as tight. Um, but I really love this piece, and yeah, it took my time on it, and people seem to like it. So it's very happy to be a part of it. It was sort of a last minute thing. Ricardo could have inked himself easily, but they asked me if I wanted to ink the cover, and I was like, hell yeah. Okay, so it doesn't show up as bad on the video, but man, this is okay. So I didn't get a clean image of the pencils before I tackled this. Okay, so this is Dean James penciled this for a book. I'm probably gonna butcher it. Oki Inu something. Um, I'll throw down links, like I said, there's an Instagram for it. Oh, yeah, I'll throw down a lot of Instagram links, I guess. But this is an incredible piece. There's so much craziness in this. It was hard to keep track. And yeah, I did my name a little big. Hopefully, Dean said he would fix it where it will read Dean James and then my name and then the year below that, all more uh, size wise equal. I did my name a little big because it's white on a black background. So, but this is a challenging piece, man. Oh man, it's confusing to look at, and it's a lot to take in as I was working on it. So I just piecemealed it little, I'm working on little bits of it at a time and expanding outward. The sort of easiest thing I did was this. This is essentially it's a hole in somebody. If you take in the whole image, and like I said, I've shared uh, a lot of this, if not most of it, is on my Instagram, so you can go check it out there for a clean black and white version. And let me mention at the moment, like I don't always like making something that's blue line, in this case red line, into black and white isn't a skill of mine. It's something new. And also sizing things. I feel like an idiot. Uh, I want to. I've seen pages and covers perfectly formatted uh, and shared on Instagram, but I can't seem to get the I don't know, the right measurement to do it myself. If you have a clue, like I don't, please let me know in the comments. Um, but this was a super challenging piece, and Dean James is an incredible artist. He's worked on a book called The Embrace, and this was just a pin up, a print. I'm not sure for this comics. I think crowdfunder upcoming. That seems to be a lot of things are being crowdfunded that I'm working on. So I'm very, very happy with it. And Dean does some dynamite work, and we'll be working on a comic upcoming that I'm not going to talk about yet. It's been mentioned, but it's kind of a superhero book, so yeah, you'll see when you see. Um, so this was actually a backer bonus um, that somebody is to receive. So this is Ice Pick, not to be confused with my character Retro or any other character for that matter. This is all Todd Rayner's character. He created it, he writes it, he illustrates it, he colors it, he letters it, he does everything, I believe. He's got 4 issues out, and you can go check out his Etsy shop and pick up past issues and all that. But yeah, this is a piece that he'll be actually coloring. Um, but I recently shared this. Speaking of sizing things, right? I shared this on my Instagram and got the size completely wrong. But people didn't seem to mind. Nobody made a comment about it. But it could have been bigger, and I realized how I could have done that after the fact. But anyway, this is the piece in all its glory. It was a lot of fun to work on. I really like Todd's work, and really dig his character in his book. So go check it out. Okay, so now we have Randy Bishop, and this is Hawk of New York, issue 7. Um, we both thought we'd be a lot further on, and we only have actually a couple of pages finished at this point. But just the rundown of this month for me going forward. I mean, I did a lot of this work because it was paying gigs, and I got to catch up on bills currently, and I need to focus almost entirely on paying work, uh, which, this is full disclosure, this is one of them. But even still, I only have a small amount of pages in my possession. I think Randy's penciled a couple more, but this is Hawk of New York is sort of a motorcycle hero. He's Indian, like cowboys and Indians, and this is just a scene with him and his girlfriend. Um, at the circus. I don't know. Maybe before he became actually a Hawk of New York. Anyway, um, Rand is a great guy, and I dig his work. Um, yeah, he's got stuff to learn, but this is going to be a fun collaboration. I worked on the previous issue, issue 6, but over a different artist, um, who was actually very very good. But this is Randy's book, and so he's illustrating it. um, so this is a new book I'm working on. As I get pages in, kind of situation. It's like everything independent is, everybody has their own different schedules, and nothing moves fast because we're all juggling multiple things. Some of us have day jobs, some of us have other gigs, like in my case. But this is Sacrificial Lamb, which is written by Travis Gibbs, illustrated and created by Alfie Furin. I could be wrong on that, but I like his work. It's kind of indie-ish, and there's not a whole lot of splash to the pages so far, but I like his work, and really curious to where this story is going to be going. Travis sent me a script in progress, a first draft, perhaps. Um, but yeah, so that's something I'm not sure when, but probably early next year. So retro is still going to be worked on this month, just not as fast. I want to get this page done, and so I can post it around. It's not too far from being done. Let's see, this is mostly done. I got a couple of lines and a medallion there, and some more line work. This is a hand and a little effect. This is a tiny figure and some cross hatching, very little, and then finish up his face with all this hatching. Rich put a lot of stubble on his chin, and he didn't previously have any, but it is a close up, so maybe I'll put a little, not as much as he put, but. And then some girls taking off the tops because that's what happens in retro world. So yeah, this is a previous page that I finished. Another previous page that I finished. This is actually the next page after the one I got to finish. This one I already got done because I'm all over the place and jumping around. I gotta erase the pencils, but this is a fun character. All right, let's see. I had an inkling of a thing on his medallion there. Um, this is going a fun character that's going to pop up now and then. That's sort of a low level criminal. Um, but this is a fun scene, fun page. Then this is the next one after that. So I'll probably get these three done at least. So this is the big job. This is a book originally called Chosen Few. It's now called Designated. Um, and this is a lot of fun. I really love the artwork. So, okay, I've got it wrong previously. The penciler's name is Jade Smith. So, Jade Smith, his one time uh, diving into making a comic. This will be published as a graphic novel for sure, as one book. But I believe as digitally, you'll be able to get single issues. Um, so I'm just about finished. Let's see. So this is the last page I posted online that I got done. This is a kind of straightforward page, but this was a lot of fun. Really love his work. Really talented. Uh, don't know what he's doing now. I'll have to track him down and see what he's up to now. But this is just a cool scene. So this is kind of halfway done. A lot of little figures to ink, but it's when somebody knows what they're doing as an anchor, it's so much more fun uh, to go in and just sort of add a little subtlety to it. Um, but he definitely knows what he's doing, and his work is really tight and really good. So I can't wait for this book to come out. So this is actually the last page, not the last page number wise. This is page 5, but the last page of issue 1 that I have left to ink. So I'll be one book down. And it is currently September 13th. So probably not this month, but next month, um, I'm going to, sort of speed up my schedule. Um, my plan is to focus on this story, which you can see. Okay, so this is a typical 11 by 17 page. This is not. This is comic book size format that I decided to go with for. This is the Wildcat anthology story by Foy Storm, otherwise known as Lucifer Storm, penciled by Abel Parsons, my inks, and we pretty much said early on that like Abel was going to be loose in his pencils and for me to go in and have fun. So this is me having a lot of fun, and people seem to really love this page. It's kind of a two-part splash because it's giant panels. So the next 2 pages, which are these, are more story pages. So it's not as visually exciting, um, but I'll definitely have fun with these, and I'm not sure what that is. But I'll ask. I'll either read the script or check in with Abel. Um, but yeah, this is going to be a fun project, and I'm going to focus on this week. So there's this, and there's something else called American Alchemy. And American Alchemy is an anthology, a wrestling anthology, and it's currently, you can check out um, images from it and insights into it on a Instagram page, which I'll post below the video. And American Alchemy, I got inking 6 covers. Three are one artist, and the other three are all different artists. And I'll be inking, I believe it's an 8-page story for it as well. So I'm focusing on Wildcat and I'm focusing on American Alchemy this month. I already got 2 of the covers inked, and I got a lot more to do. Anyway, okay, so next month I'm going to focus on finishing the inks of Retro, whatever I have left to do at that point. I'm going to try to get pages done this month, but the rest, the end of it, we'll finally see be done next month. I promise. I had to juggle my schedule a bit, but I still I still foresee, finishing the book and getting it into the hands of the pledgers this month. But the other book I'll be focusing on next month is, let's see if I can pronounce it, Nigio Soveg. Um, this is a book by Aletha Martinez. This is something of her own creation, and she penciled, and I'm inking. Um, I'm not sure if these are going to be in the book. I hope they are, even if they're in the back section. But this is one of the characters, and she just did some various moves, Tai Chi, I guess. Um, and you can tell her work is so gorgeous and so tight. Um, and I'm having a lot of fun working on it. There's more poses of the character. Um, and yeah, just gorgeous, subtle costume design, very specific hairdo. And this is one of the crazy busy, building background kind of pages. Um, it's our, I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry about that. So it's fall season. I sneeze a lot. um, she does incredible work, and I can't wait for people to see this. And I'm making it my mission to finish the the first issue. Hopefully, it will be ongoing. We'll see. But I'm gonna get the first, and I have like, I don't know, maybe 15 pages. One of the pages is going to take me a week. I swear to God. It's incredibly busy. You'll see when I get there. But so retro and what I call a doll, because I believe either uh, Naiji or Soveg, either one of those words is doll in English, I believe. So anyway, um, it's a gorgeous book, and wait till you see the character designs and their sort of costumes. I shared some of this in the past on my Instagram if you go look around. So this was by Gaz Gritsky, 2016. Um, and this was I got him to pencil my character as a Kickstarter bonus on his The Horror comic. Um, and I figured I'd have him pencil a piece and I'd ink it and put it in my book. I plan to, unless I change my mind, I plan to put it as a back cover image. Maybe throw in a couple of quotes on the back cover as well. So yeah, I'm going to ink this. For a while, I was thinking of doing blue line, but I might just go over to pencils. It's fine. um, and yeah, so this is his interpretation of my character. At some point I'm gonna have to do a model sheet because Rich does it 90% how I want the character, I would say. Um, I didn't. initially plan on shoulder pads, and I'm not sure how I really feel about those. And I didn't plan on the stitching, like the real thick stitching on the costume, and I'm not sure how I feel about that either. But his gloves look slightly different in the costume. They're more like to a point rather than a funky shape. But I'll just ink it as he did it here. That's fine. And there's a very specific way to how his mask ends above his eyes. Um, that I'm not 100% sure I want to go with anyway. It's just like minor little tweaks. Um, and I know at some point I want to do a like I have the R for retro, um, but I want to do more of a symbol for his chest. Maybe just put it here or something. And somebody, along the way on Facebook, I believe, came up with, it's essentially a rewind uh, logo, symbolic logo, just two arrows going backwards. Um, and that you know that definitely essentially says retro, kind of, sort of. See how I feel about that. But okay, so this is I was listening to Richard Friend in one of his videos. He was talking about Rob Liefeld's run on Captain America, and sort of inspired by his uh, just the way he tackles figures and stuff is very, like those image guys, they're very chunky and lots of cross hatching and. Um, and so I was listening to a video, and essentially this is just a phone sketch, is what I call it, where I'm not overly focused on what I'm doing. I just it's relaxing to doodle, um, and but I like the way it came out, like the style of it, kind of sort of, even if the anatomy is a little funky. Um, that didn't seem to matter in a lot of the image books. Um, and I went funky with my signature. I don't love that. I like my typical signature. Um, but I'm going to make more of a point uh, to post a lot more on my Patreon. I'm always saying that, but I will this time, and I'll probably tweak and update it a little bit because the cover of my page has I believe it's the cover for Blood Rights, and that's not a book currently in production, so I'm sure it confuses people more than anything else. Anyway, I'm gonna make it a point to post a lot more of my own artwork there. I figure since just briefly of late, I've been posting, on my Instagram and then on my Twitter and Facebook as well. I've been posting more of my comic inks because I'm working on a lot of different projects, as well as having all those, just random pieces I'm doing for other people. Um, I figured I'll keep it focused on that for now, as long as I have more comic pages to do, at least for the remainder of this year. I might change it up down the line, but yeah. So I wanna keep my Instagram feed and Twitter feed and Facebook feed to the mostly finished inks. So I figured on my Patreon, I I really want to get into the habit of drawing on a regular basis, daily if possible. And I figured my Patreon feed will be perfect for that. Um, but I'm not going to do random artwork. What I want to focus on and what my art rep recommends is that fan art is what's selling, and I need to pull in a lot more money. So I'm going to do popular characters and regular drawings on my Patreon. So if you want to become a patron, go there and for $1 or more, I have different levels. Um, you can go support my channel, my comics work. Like I said, I'm gonna get Retro, the first issue, fully done this year, and I'm going to get copies printed for everybody that pledged, plus a small batch extra. Because I want I want a couple of copies at least for myself. But also, I want to get some copies to some longtime fans and friends um, that definitely deserve it. That have been supporting me since the beginning of my career, essentially. So if you know you've been following me that long, then you definitely deserve it. But yeah, so I need to, along with the comic itself, I'm going to be doing a lot of different merchandise, prints and stickers and magnets. For those that pledged on my brief Kickstarter. Um, so I want to get money so I can make sure everything's copacetic, printed well, and all that before I mass print everything. Um, and yeah, just it'd be nice to be on top of my bills. It was just timing. It's like this past 3 or 4 months, I was expecting to be on three regular books, essentially. Well, two regular books and one, you know, issue, which was the sort of backup story to Tragedy. Fortunately, that's not happening. Um, that's been put on hiatus, as Phil tries to finance his issue two, essentially. Um, but one of the books that I was waiting to happen to ink was with Dean James, and that's moving forward. It's moving forward slowly. The other is Sacrificial Lambs. That's also moving forward, but it's moving forward slowly. So actually, I'll probably put the word out that I'm available for inks, and frankly, I make 50 a page, and that's totally reasonable for the quality you get. Um, but also uh, covers, that's also like for pinups or prints or artwork, whatever. It's $50, but for covers, my rate and a half, which is 75. Um, Although I do get better from certain people, um, and certain companies. So sometimes it varies. If I can get a better rate, I'll get a better rate. But yeah, so I'll probably put the word out that I'm looking to ink another book. Um, a lot of what I have going on, like um, Doll is a project I started embarrassingly too long ago, and now making a commitment to finish. Um, this book, designated, what it's called now, is a project I started 15 years ago, and um, getting getting to really focus on getting that done. Hopefully this year. Retro is another thing that I started years ago. Like, yes, I originally created a character when I was in my late teens, but I made a point of it, I believe, in 2009 to actually do a first issue. So here we are in 2021, and I'm going to finally get the first issue done. And the plan is to pencil and everything issue 2 next year. So hopefully by Christmas, like November, December, we can crowdfund issue 2. But I'm going to get issue 2 totally done before we even post anything about it. Hopefully. I'm bad at keeping secrets sometimes. Anyway, hope everybody is doing well. Hope you enjoyed this video. This is a show and tell episode. I didn't show off everything I'm working on, but this is a majority of my focus at the moment. You know, one of the main things I'm not showing off right now is American Alchemy. But like I mentioned, there's an Instagram, and all the links will be below the video. You can go there and see some freaking gorgeous artwork by other people. He hasn't posted any of the work I've done yet, but that will be upcoming. He's also done some comic trailers for it that are pretty neat. You can go check out. And I believe that's like the comic trailers have artwork that's actually from in the comic. I'm not 100% sure, but go check those out. And yeah, go check out the Ice Pick. Go check out Wildcat. I'm not sure if Brian has a website or anything, but I'll look into it and see if I could share something of his. But yeah, just a lot going on. And I'm really happy the pieces I did with other artists. Um, you know, these are all challenging in their own way. It's not that I can't. I can pretty much ink almost anybody, and my style is flexible as you've seen. Um, oh, this is in the comic bag, by the way. Keep the pencils from smudging, which I have a lot of pages that aren't wrapped up in plastic that I should have done years ago. Anyway, yeah, you know, I'm so fortunate that I got to work on these artists, and I've really been sort of pushing my skills, and for the most part, a lot of it is more subtleties, because I tend to get more artists that are tight or tightish. Um, but like with Dean, like that piece was pretty tight. Well, it was tight. But I'm thinking his comic work, like he did a piece that I haven't printed out yet, but that's a promo for the comic that we'll be working on. And he said he's going to digitally pencil most of the book, but he's going to traditionally pencil some of the pages. I guess to have those to sell, and also maybe see how I ink on his work on actual page. We'll see when we get there. But the promo piece he did for the comic, I won't mention the name yet. But um, yeah, digitally penciled it, and it. He left a lot for interpretation, but it's more, it's not the broad strokes, but you'll see. I'll I'll show off somewhere down the line. I'll show off what he digitally penciled and my finished inks and what I added to it and all that. Um, but yeah, it's so I've been production has been good of late, and quality of work of late has been good. And I want to do better and better work. Even with all the artists that aren't as professional as some of the others, I want the finished product to be of a high quality. Um, you know, like I mentioned, Randy won't be offended. Like he knows he has a ways to go to tighten up his pencil work and whatnot. Um, but I want to do even better. And that's part of that is becoming an even better artist myself, which I'll be working on. I always do it mentally, but to actually sit down and work on my penciling for an hour or two each day will be good because I tend to ink an issue, I mean, pencil an issue of retro next year. So I want to be up to snuff. I have a lot of artistic, creative ideas I want to do, and it would be like, well, we'll see what we get when we get there. Um, style is always changing and evolving, and people say they recognize my work regardless of the different styles of different pieces I've done, but I want to tighten that up eventually, and that takes me doing a batch of books. That takes me doing 3 books, 8 books, 12 books, whatever, before I tighten up into a certain specific style. But yeah, I'm really excited about right now and where things are going. I need better income. So there's my Patreon. If you want to hire me to do an individual piece, to do a cover, to do a full interiors. It could be a one shot. It could be um, a mini series. It doesn't have to be an ongoing series. Although I am interested in ongoing. All genres: sci-fi, horror, fantasy, real life, whatever. Um, and yeah, just really excited about where things are at the moment. And I'm gonna plow through a lot of work this year. Like I said, Wildcat and American Alchemy. I want to get done this month. Next month, I want to get Retro and Doll done, and then hopefully the big giant ahead of me is Designated, which is the graphic novel. It's a total of 110 pages, and it will be the biggest project I ever worked on. So I hope to get that done before the very end of November, because I'll be focusing more and more time on it as the months go. But at least get it done in December. Um, and there's all the crazy other things um, that will be popping up. The projects I'll be doing with people as pages come in. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for checking me out always on my YouTubes. Give this video a like. Help my channel get seen throughout the YouTubes, and help it grow as well. Subscribe if you haven't. Also hit that notification bell. Um, like I said, I'm going to focus on just um, filming videos and uploading them. But I will be getting back to streaming as sort of I get on top of more work and at least knock a few things out uh, off my schedule. So, yeah, hope you're doing well. Hope you're being creative. Hope you're working on your comics. It seems to be 99% of my audience, so that's why I always hope to encourage you in what you're doing and your endeavors. Um, and that's pretty much it. See you again shortly. I want to see if I can eventually get the 5 videos a week out, but we'll see. And like I said, I'm going to start drawing popular characters on my Patreon. Please go support me there. That's it for now. Talk to you again soon. Have a great, great day. Love you all. Take care.